Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today we're going to be doing we're going to be doing a review for Shadows of Brimstone, the werewolf set.
Not even close. No, folks. This is...
I was going to say what we're actually doing this month, but I decided not to because
yeah, that's coming up.
It should air.
Spoiler alert, folks. No, tonight is part 2 of the Archon Dragon Thall, the Defiler. As you can see, we've made a little bit more progress. This dragon is a lot more complicated than we thought initially. And thus, we are not quite ready for the regular dry brushing or washing.
And by that he means I had a lot of work to do, and I did it, but not in time.
Not just that, but there's some things we're dealing with dry brushing and washes that are going to be kind of out of sync with the normal process where we either dry brush then wash or wash then dry brush. He had to do a little dry brushing already, as you can see, over the bony areas because he didn't want that to bleed over onto some of the other things that he's going to be painting tonight. What colors are you going to be using?
I'm using green.
Green?
Yeah.
Really? That doesn't look like green to me.
Okay, listen.
That's
You place this.
Oh my God.
If you place this, what? What?
You were saying?
Oh yeah, I was saying that if you place this through a high contrast or negative filter, it is a color quite similar to the color green.
Yeah, because our viewers are going to do that.
It's possible.
Not even 1 in 100.
And no, it is physically possible.
Yeah, I'm sure it's possible, but whether anybody's actually going to do that, do you need a pokey tool?
Yes.
Yeah, let me see that.
Actually, no, I don't.
Just smoosh it out until it explodes. Don't.
Yeah, no, that's not a good idea.
I'll go get the pokey tool. I was actually putting a Reaper pokey tool on my next order from eBay.
Interesting.
Just because of situations like this. We have a pokey tool, but as I'll show we have a pokey tool, but it's actually some sort of knitting or needlepoint sort of tool. You can barely see it. It's microscopic. Here, let me see that. So you can show them. You barely see that thing, and it gets lost amongst our paintbrushes and other tools so easily.
Quite often, and every single day it gets lost.
And the Reaper pokey tool has like a big old skull or something at the end of it. So I just figured I'll bite the bullet, grab one. It's like $4 from our favorite eBayer we told you about, Blue G. We're going to be making another order with him to pick up some miniatures as proxies for our Shadows of Brimstone game because most of our character figures we have for Shadows of Brimstone are the old resin original promo figures that are just spindly and just not really high quality miniatures. So we're looking for some Reaper proxies. So I figured I'd grab that pokey tool with our next order. And he's using, I believe that's orc blood.
No, it's actually lavender.
My goodness.
What
does that say, folks?
I showed it to the camera already.
Yeah, but easy.
What?
Freaking Three Stooges routine going on here.
My God.
And while he does that, just to keep my fingers busy, which is going to be a new feature on our Sunday videos, where we'll both actually be doing something more often. Do you want to add to that?
We may or may not have done many times before, but yeah.
We've done it a couple of times before, but just so, because sometimes he has a hard time, concentrating and being funny and painting at the same time. So to lighten
I mean, you've been taking funny classes,
right?
Comedy classes.
I do a regular improv every 5th Sunday of the month, and
what? I have lost all respect for you.
Right. So I'll be, painting things in addition to, alongside the little guy, just so, you guys don't get bored and we can kind of give you a little teaser of what's going to be coming up later on in the month, as you could probably guess, with the Archon Studios Cursed Cathedral here. I'm going to be doing a little bit of dry brushing while we're we're talking and going through this video tonight, just so that I don't just ramble on, and I can actually talk about something that might be of interest to you instead of our current events. Speaking of current events, how was the game?
Bad.
That means it was great. We played a new game of Shadows of
Imagine
Brimstone.
stealing.
No. We had a game. Was it last night? Yeah, it was last night.
No, it wasn't last
Yeah,
night.
I don't know why I do that. Last night we played a game of Shadows of Brimstone with a brand
Actually,
new
no, it was
party.
last week.
Last night with a brand new party. The little guy had the Wandering Samurai and the
Sadly.
Tredaran Veteran, and I had a Drifter and
Looking back, I probably should have chosen the Bandito.
no, I really like the Samurai, and I had the Drifter
Interesting.
and the Preacher, and we noticed something pretty interesting when we played. Normally, when we play for like about 6 hours and get through, a nice
Half a mission.
3/4 to a complete mission of whatever expansion set we're working on. And we noticed something really interesting. Our old party that we just retired was 6th going on 7th level, and they've got a ton of gear and all kinds of cool stuff, level abilities, 5 skill tree picks and things like that. And it takes us all night to get through sometimes, half a dozen rooms, maybe a little more, right?
Maybe.
And last night we went through, what was it, like 11 rooms? Something like that?
Yeah.
It was kind of a lot. It was kind of like a big dungeon. And it was a first level party, went through the mines, and we were just, cruising along, just moving faster. We started at 8 o'clock, and come 10 o'clock, we were almost done with the mission.
We're done.
And we could not really figure out what we were doing differently.
But I think we just had so much stuff that it just took a while.
Yeah, that's our consensus, is that the more gear and cards you have, it actually starts to take up time.
Yeah,
Looking at all your gear and artifacts, if you will, and looking up your abilities to see what you can do, if you've got this item, if you've used this item, and all that stuff just seemed to really, really drain the time out of the game. And mind you, we use 9-pocket card sheets to put all of our gear and artifact cards and our ability cards and all that. So it's pretty easily laid out. We can, just flip one page and, we can see just about everything, right? Because
there's so much stuff that isn't symmetrical.
Right. And
because you didn't.
I missed some spots?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I was helping him out a little earlier today, and I guess I...
Missed half of it.
Okay, well, we can fix it. It's not,
Yeah.
it's not, out of control. But,
I would have preferred if it was not that.
yeah, well, we'll fix it later. Just go on with what you can do. They want to see your masterpiece, in the process. And like I was saying, for those of you out there who do play Shadows of Brimstone, let us know what you think. If your games take longer because you have more stuff, the more successful you are, the slower you are at it. And obviously the Drifter and the Tredaran Veteran and the Wandering Samurai are kind of advanced characters. They're kind of, they're a little bit more powerful, I would say, than some of the regular characters out of the basic box sets. And, but not so much so. I don't think that they just, we didn't breeze through every combat because we almost died. We were down to 3 hit points in the last room. And, we were just curious as your guys' opinion on, on what you guys think when it comes to, speed of play. The more, if you agree that the more stuff you have, the higher level you are, the slower your games are versus first level parties. You don't have a lot of choices. You don't have a lot of options. You just, work with what you got. Let us know what you think. And with that said and done, I'm going to do a little painting here. I've got some craft paint. I always use almost nothing but craft paints on the Archon Studios Dungeons and Lasers walls and floors. You all right there, bud?
Yeah.
Don't forget you got water and mistake brush right over there.
Yes, I know.
I'm using, first I use, what was it? Beachcomber beige, 3 coats to get a nice good base coat dry brushed. You can still see the gray grout lines in there, and I want to keep that way. That's why I haven't used a wash, because it'll just nullify the point that I, primered it gray, which the little guy was laughing because this is the gray primer, and it really doesn't look all that much different than the actual color of the plastic. That's unpainted, that's painted, unpainted, painted. But, you got to primer these things if you want the paint to stick and not scratch off real easily. But I've already done the Beachcomber, and now I'm just going to do with the medium Army Painter dry brush, because I've already used the big one and it's just been cleaned, so it's not dry. But I'm just going to do a medium dry brush, not quite an overbrush. And I'm trying to take a page from the lessons I learned from the Artist Opus website and lessons on YouTube. If you haven't had a chance to check them out, they are the kings of dry brushing. I learned so much by just watching a half a dozen or so videos of theirs, and they're, obviously they're, incredible dry brushes.
That's actually a nice change of pace.
Yeah, and
That you actually finally... Never mind, actually, I'm not going to say that.
okay, smart ass. Because it was some sort of a dig at the old man, right, folks?
Yeah, I was going to say that finally you stopped self-promoting.
So he says it anyways, right? I'm not going to say it that he says it. But,
Oh, wait, I forgot. I was going to tell you that after. Okay.
But just, giving it a medium overall dry brushing on this. And then I'm going to go over, I'm going to end up using like a half a dozen different colors on this particular set, because I really liked what I saw by watching the Artist Opus videos. Now, that's not to say that I'm going to go out and drop $100 on their brushes, because I've been using these Army Painter brushes. It was 3 dry brushes for $15, and compared to the makeup brushes I was using, these last longer. All of my makeup brushes that I've ever bought, they last about 3 uses, and then they just fall apart. Maybe it's because I'm using water to clean them.
Maybe you're just bad, because I've noticed that that's not the case for me.
Maybe 4 or 5 uses out of them. But a lot of them, and mind you, we do get them from Dollar Tree or the 99-cent store. But they just, the makeup brushes, maybe I think I recall Uncle Adam saying that he doesn't even clean his dry brushes. He just waits for them to dry, and then he just sort of crunches them up and lets the paint like crack and chip off. I could be wrong about that, but I've always had the habit of literally washing my brushes and cleaning them with some sort of soap and water. And I can't get out of the habit of doing that. And with these, I'm actually able to, rinse them off, a little soap and water. And, I've used these for a dozen different projects now. And if the Artist Opus brushes are better than these, that's amazing, because these brushes are really, really nice. I'm actually going to buy another set of these just so that during the holiday season, if these do, finally crap out on us, we will have a backup set, and I'm just going to leave them in the box for as long as I can, because these have lasted a good 6 months, wouldn't you say? Something like that?
Yeah.
And they're still, they're the best brushes I've used for dry brushing. The makeup brushes, you cannot compete with these at all. And how you doing on that?
Good.
Oh, that's looking really, really bright. I like that.
I'm going to probably give it like a watered down red. Maybe a red mixed with a soft tone wash.
Okay.
I'll test that and see how it looks.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. We've never actually mixed the colors of our washes, and there's no reason.
And if you've ever done that, tell us how it is in the comments.
Yeah, because I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, if you mix red and a brown, you're going to get a reddish brown. You know, and I know there's no special chemicals in them that are going to, you know, make them turn into vapor or something like that, you know. Suddenly you have slime or goo or something, you know. But I've just never done it. I've never even thought of doing it because normally I really like the colors of the washes to the point that I'm satisfied with exactly what's in the bottle the way it is, you know, straight out of the bottle. I'm like, okay, I like it, you know, especially soft tone and red and purple.
Just I don't want it to be pure red, because that'll.
Right, because this dragon almost has the look like someone recently peeled his armor, his scales off. Wouldn't you say? Something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
It's a weird
I also
take.
think this is a dragon that would benefit immensely from painting it in multiple parts.
You know what? I was thinking that all day long.
I actually.
Yeah, we
wish
regret
they
that.
did
If you haven't painted Thall, don't assemble him 100%, especially his rib cages and things like that,
Yeah.
because that's just going to be very difficult.
I don't actually know how to get in there.
Yeah, we're going to have to really.
I don't think I physically think.
Yeah, it may be
I
too
don't
late.
think-
That ship may have sailed. You know, when we started painting this, we said, "Oh, this is a dragon. We probably won't want to get a second one." That was wrong. We're definitely going to want to get a second one.
Just so we can do better.
Just exactly so we can do better because not saying that we screwed up
But we
because
screwed up.
you were going to say that as soon as I said that. We can fix it. I know that I can get in there and you know fix the guts of him because his guts are exposed.
But yes, also I think I'm done. Or at least everything I can do right now is done.
Really, what about the wings?
I can get a black out because there are a bunch of areas that you didn't do, which is
Okay.
why I'm never leaving it to you again.
Okay.
That's not true.
Yeah, we know that. The Reaper's right back there.
Oh,
If you want to use that.
sure.
Yeah, I
Looks
was helping him
convenient.
out because he was a little further behind this week. He's had literally a ton of homework, and he's been a real good sport about it. There have been days where he comes home, does homework, and then goes to bed. That's it. That's all he's done. He didn't eat dinner, didn't take a shower, just homework. No, I'm kidding. Of course, he had dinner and took a shower and all that. But you know, his video game time, he has missed out on a lot of that, and is watching videos and stuff like that. No, because he can't do two things at once.
Because doing multiple things at the same time is a skill that is physically impossible to the human race, as time has shown repeatedly over the many centuries.
Yeah, no, he's just been really good about it, and we're really proud. He really brought his grades up this year compared to last year, and we all know.
But last year,
Yeah, we were not going to talk about that because that was just unfair to everybody.
basically what he's trying to say is that if you know, you know.
Yeah, but he did a really good job. I'm really proud of him. Brought his grades up. Although how he got an A in PE, I don't.
A lot of what you're saying can be summed up with just, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you don't, well, good.
You're lucky. Your ignorance is bliss.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something else.
I know. I'm just being a smart ass.
Oh.
I know. I
okay.
said 2 swears in one video. My God, the censors are going to be all over me. See, the censors we're already getting a phone call. We're already getting a phone call from the censors, and Susan Wojcicki, or whatever her name is already on the other line, ready to tear us a new one for using swears.
Yeah, it's unchristian, too unchristian for this channel.
Yeah, we try to stay wholesome, and
Okay,
but occasionally, we break from that,
Okay.
and we make a mistake.
Also, I realized that there's these things right here, which are going to be a massive pain, and I hate them.
I hate them. To tell us how you really feel. But it's actually really looking pretty gory, I am not sure what they were thinking because, he's I
I'm
don't know.
glad that you add that there's something to do. It's not like the WizKids Dragon, which was exceptionally easy, but kind of boring to paint. It still looks really good. They did a good job making it.
Yeah.
It's just it's really
I
simple.
I just don't know what they were thinking with this dragon. You know.
I think they didn't want to have that problem.
Yeah, I keep thinking of some of the undead creatures I've seen in games like Elder Scrolls and that WizKids Bone Golem or whatever that thing was called that I did a long time ago, where I did it was really fleshy, and you could see the sinews and the tendons and things like that on him, and I'm just but he's a dragon. He wouldn't let that happen to him. You know what I mean? Or if he did, he would be really, really upset about it. And he would not be, obviously he's ticked off dragon. They all are. Even the gold dragons are always upset about something. But it's just so weird,
Maybe he's just really edgy.
Really itchy? He scratched.
I said it. I'm not.
Oh, edgy? I just don't get it, folks. It's just a weird dragon. Though. Maybe you guys over at Archon Studios, if you catch this video, you could, talk to the sculptor and let me know what he was thinking. I'm not saying it's a bad dragon. It's just weird, not like
I think it's
Xeno dragon kind of weird, but just weird that he's missing all of his armor, but he's got flesh hanging off him. But he's, bony and undead looking, but, he's got guts still hanging out. You can see, like, his liver and his kidneys inside his rib cage still. And most bone dragons, like the one we just did,
Yeah, the one we just did, like...
there's nothing but bones. There's no...
The one that we just did almost exactly a year ago.
Yeah, well...
I mean, it wasn't that long ago. It was only pretty much exactly 1 year ago.
Was it October?
I don't actually remember. I might be completely wrong about that.
But yeah, it just seems,
I'm actually no guarantee. It was not October. It was the Western month, but still. But still, why did we do that?
That was April. Yeah, we did that because we didn't have a Western dragon. That's why we did that.
That's true.
But Archon, if you could give us a heads up why that dragon is the way it is, we would stop cracking jokes on it. Unless you're laughing along with us because you don't know either. You said, hey, make us an undead dragon, and that's what you got. And you already shelled out the money, and you don't want to.
I'm glad that there's something to do though.
Yeah. It's just God, that is creepy. Just show the camera. That is just. You're doing a great job, bud. But that's just creepy.
Is it too scary for you?
Yeah, I need to go in the corner and suck my thumb and get my Woody and my Teddy and find a cry closet and just get me some chicken tendies and I'll be okay with some hot cocoa.
Sometimes I don't like you very much.
They're very well aware of that. Probably more than I am. You're not really great at being a spin table, but it looks really good. It's really creepy.
Not at all.
Let us know what you think, folks, because this dragon looks like he's just gotten out of a fight with the adventuring party, not like he's about to start a fight with the adventuring party, right?
Yes.
I mean, I just don't get it. I like it, but I don't understand.
I was gonna say something, but I couldn't think of something.
Oh, I'm sure you could think of something.
Oh yeah, there's still more to do.
You're kidding.
Yes.
Okay, cool, because I'm having fun over here. I want to have this done by Tuesday, so, I got the whole other side to do, folks.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, I've done what I've done here in less than an hour and a half, so I got plenty of time. But I need to put this brush into some cleaning fluid and hit some washes when the paint's dry. So I am done. If you want to...
I'll continue painting for never again, probably.
Never again? Yeah.
Anyways, we'll just finish this one small part and we'll call it a night.
Looks a lot better than it did this afternoon. What you think?
Yeah.
Oh, you put some blood on his hands, or was that an accident?
That was an accident.
Okay.
That was me trying to put it in here, and I pulled. I was like in here when I
I got
removed
you.
it. It just got over
Got
there.
it. Yeah. Yeah, you know, next time we do one of these, we will definitely not put them together completely.
You think?
Yeah, it was just the ribs too. I could. It was easy enough. I could have not put them on.
Also, by the way,
I thought
before I
we'll
finish
be
this,
able to.
I'm just gonna fill this in because I hate it that much.
Because I knew I could put the rib cage on over after I put everything else together, but that's the only thing. Those left and right rib cages, they're just totally in the way of all the cool detail. There's you literally, you can see there's an intestine hanging out, there's a kidney or a liver or a lung or something in there.
There are in fact 2 lungs.
No, I mean you can see the actual sculpted pieces of.
I know. I did. That's what I meant.
And
Because lungs, in fact, are a thing that would be there.
Yeah.
Anyways, that has been the Shadow. What?
Put it right here in the front.
So, that has been the Shadow Hansoon show, and
He's doing that on purpose, folks.
good night.
We love you, folks. Have a great week. Thanks for stopping by. And, Archon Studio, if you want to, send us some words about this particular dragon, why he's all, tore up, we'd appreciate it. And I hope you guys stop back Tuesday where we'll be doing the Cursed Cathedral. And then Thursday we have another craft for you. And until then, have a great week. See you real soon.
That has been the Sada Sand's own show, and that is it for tonight. And good night.
Bye.